Hi, this is Cindy and Destiny with the Keep It Real podcast. And today we're here with Dee Dee Weiss.
How's
Welcome.
it
We're so
going?
glad you came on with us.
Oh, I've been so stoked for this.
Us too, we've been excited. Um, I know we have a mutual friend, Mindy.
Yes.
Yes. She did our wonderful shirts, and I was going to wear it, and I got in a hurry and forgot about it. And I was like, no, I wanted to
She
wear it.
does she does such good work, and she's
Yes,
so
she
quick,
does.
and she's great.
She is, for sure. So you want to tell us a little bit about yourself for people that don't know anything about what you're about?
Um, sure. My name's Dee Dee Weiss. I'm a professional wrestler, an indie professional wrestler out of West Virginia. I actually just currently moved to Ohio. But I started training actually 4 years ago this month. Um, and I had gotten laid off from the oil field and wasn't doing anything, and hit up Tim Cross and Real Street Wrestling, and because that was who was closest to me at the time, and was like, "Hey man, how much you charge me to come and learn how to wrestle?" And it's just been a ride ever since.
That's awesome. That's kind of how Destiny fell into training too. Not to just promote Destiny, but she started training and it just kind of, she decided she wanted to do it, and we started looking for
Yeah,
people, and then we found wonderful FTC, and
right, awesome.
it's been forward ever since, hasn't it? So what all promotions are you currently? I know you told us, but what all promotions are you currently working for?
Right now, I currently work for VCW out of West Virginia, RSW out of West Virginia. I actually just worked my last date with them for the year back in September, but I'm back with them in February. 814 out of Johnstown in Altoona, Pennsylvania. And then me and my tag partner do a couple of deathmatch promotions, Negative Outlook out of West Virginia and Evil Ways out of Pittsburgh.
What is the difference in those two promotions? What you do, what's different?
So the biggest difference is those two promotions don't actually have a wrestling ring. They're no ring deathmatch promotions. So it's pretty much just like it's a bar fight. It's a little bloodier, a little more extreme, a little more hardcore based. Different crowd altogether for the most part.
So it's kind of like a sanctioned street fight, but instead of it being a main event, it's the whole thing.
Yeah, a lot of the places that I work at will do like it's almost set up like a punk rock concert, because there's like a couple
Okay.
bands, and then there's a fight, and then there's a couple more bands. So like I said, it's a pretty different crowd. They're a little more rowdy.
Sounds fun though.
Oh, pays well too.
Excuse me. If I start coughing, I apologize to everybody. I'm still
It,
fighting this allergy, whatever.
'Tis the season.
Yes, it is. um, what made you want to start professional wrestling?
Oh, I've wanted to be a professional wrestler since I was old enough to sit in front of the TV and watch it with my grandpa. Um, Literally watched it my entire life. I think my one regret is not being able to start sooner, because I started training when I was 29, so I got a little bit of a late start. So I'm always real jealous of the dudes that come in and are like 18, 19, 20 years old. I'm like, you're sad, dude. But it's a good time.
Yeah,
Like I
I
said, I'm
mean,
living the dream. I've done some cool stuff along the way. Like been all over the East Coast, out in the Midwest. Um, I've got wrestling. All the cool things I've gotten to do in life have come from professional wrestling for the most part.
that's awesome, and it seems like you said, you're very well traveled and you stay busy. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
that's a great thing. To be able to, and you've already got some merch, correct?
yeah.
And
We have me and my partner have a pro wrestling, or no, it's T Public. I can't remember the link. I'll send it to you after this, and we
okay,
can post it up. But we've got a lot of tag shirts. Both of us have a couple of singles t-shirts, some singles merch, but predominantly what I do is tag team wrestling.
Well, what's your tag team name?
Me, myself, and my partner Marcus Twist. We're known as Saturday Night Special.
Oh, okay. Saturday Night Special. You have a question? I thought you had something there.
I was laughing.
That's what she does. She sits and laughs while we talk.
Everybody's got a gimmick.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So you said that you've wanted to be a wrestler ever since you were young enough to watch it.
Oh, my entire life. Like, that was the thing, like, when you're in elementary school and your teacher's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And all the kids are like, firefighter. I want to be a policeman. I want to be a dentist. I was like, I want to be a professional wrestler. And I always got laughed at. And now I've got like old teachers liking like my Facebook statuses of like posters and stuff. It's so cool.
Do you ever want to go, why do you like me now? You used to laugh at my dreams.
Right. I'm like, yeah. Like I just actually got to this past March I got to work my first show like in my hometown, and just to see the people there that like I remember like going to school with, and then just being like, man, you're stupid. I was like, that's never gonna happen. That's not feasible. And then they're showing up, they're buying tickets to see, like, super dope.
Yeah. But it feels good though, doesn't it?
Oh,
to be able to look and be like, I'm doing it.
I told everybody I was going to do it, and now I'm doing it.
So what are your plans in the future for wrestling? To just
my ultimate goal in the wrestling business, because I've come to terms with the fact that I'm way too old to ever like get signed somewhere. But if I could get like well known enough like across the country to be able to like open up my own wrestling school, I think that would be the ultimate goal.
That's a fantastic goal.
Mm-hmm.
And I just I see so many people like, and I've met a lot of people that have been disserviced in the wrestling industry because they're trained by people who think that they know what they're doing. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah, I was going to say it's always good to find good reputable schools, because there are so many that are not.
It's very tough.
If you chose any other profession, if you wouldn't have went on into wrestling, would you have chose something else?
I mean, probably. Like the one job that I had that I really like enjoyed more than wrestling, I used to paint houses. And that was probably like my most favorite job, like, of all time. Like, I got to do that for 3 or 4 years, and then started doing the wrestling thing for a little while, and then got more into wrestling full time.
I know, again, you said that you watched it with your grandpa, but what was the one defining moment? Like, who was that wrestler that you saw and you were just like, I've got to do this?
Probably Macho Man Randy Savage. Like, I always tell people, like growing up, like, as a kid, like, it was always the Ultimate Warrior for me, because, bright, colorful, high energy. Same with the Macho Man. But the Macho Man's more of as a worker, is the better answer, because he was the better worker. So, but those are probably my top two. And then I'm a Dusty Rhodes guy too.
Dusty Rhodes is the man. So you say Macho Man and the Ultimate Warrior.
Yes.
And Dusty Rhodes.
Was
there like one match that just blew your mind that you can think of? That they were in?
The angle that really sticks in my mind is the one that Macho Man Randy Savage did with Jake the Snake, where he gets bit by the snake. It's like, that's always stuck with me.
I remember that. I remember watching that. To me, I loved the whole Macho Man and Hogan bit.
Yes, yeah, the Mega Powers is super cool, and then watching it just like implode and then become its own thing.
I think they changed the history of wrestling so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they had such an influence, you know. I mean, it's like I'll sit myself and I'll be like, you know, like what's that Pretty Deadly? That tag team Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
I'm like, I will sit and I'll be like, yeah, they remind me so much of like Shawn Michaels, Macho Man, just all of the Freebirds.
Right. Oh,
Yeah, it's
another one. Another, like, that's probably number 4 for me is like all the Freebirds.
Oh, I loved them. Michael Hayes, just Terry Gordy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love them so much. Who would you say that your favorite? I know you do more tag team wrestling.
Yes.
What would be your top 5 tag teams?
Oh, definitely. Would we count the Freebirds as a tag team?
I would say so. I mean, I know they were a faction, but I would.
Midnight Express is a huge like team for us. Definitely the Rock and Roll Express. And the Rockers. We always argue about who's Sean and who's Marty. We say we're both Marty. And that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably a more current tag team would be FTR.
I like
Love
them.
those guys.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. What about your top 5 singles?
Top 5 singles will definitely be Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, Dusty Rhodes, probably Cactus Jack, and then Bruiser Brody.
Oh, Bruiser Brody. Oh my gosh. I was thinking about him the other day and I was like, as much as I've done podcast interviews, I've never heard that name come up. On the top.
He's over a lot with the guys like up north, like around Pennsylvania and like northern West Virginia. Because actually, fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, but Bruiser Brody's actually from Uniontown, Pennsylvania.
I did not know that.
And
wow.
That's where my tag team partner's from. And he just found that out the other day, and he's just like, I'm rubbing it in everybody's face.
Who would you say that your style is like?
Definitely, like I said, because I got started late, so I knew just like flippy stuff and like high spots were just not my thing. So probably like Bruiser Brody and Terry Gordy and Stan Hansen, just like big hossy freaking guys. Sorry.
You're fine. Just the powerhouse. Just let me move you out of my way.
Yeah. Yes. Like I said, I'm a bigger guy. Like I'm a stout 5'10", 6 foot, depending on what gas station I'm leaving. Between 305 and 315 on a good day, depending on how much water I've had. Like I'm not fast by any means.
Well, I'm not either, but I'm not a wrestler, so.
It's too much work. I like donuts too much to be fit.
You like donuts? Donuts are good. What's your favorite donuts? Like from where?
I am a fiend for some Boston cream pie donuts from Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Or if I can get them from Krispy Kreme.
Mm-hmm.
Fire.
We've got this little donut shop down here. I don't know if they're anywhere else. They might be Jolly Pirate Donuts.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, they've got some good donuts.
There's a place really close to where I live now, literally like walking distance from my house. It's called McHappy's Donuts. And they have like all kinds of stuff. Super cool. I love it. And they're open 24 hours.
Hey, that's always a plus.
That's great. Also the reason I'll never be, ripped.
Sometimes I wonder if it's all that it's cracked up to be.
It seems like a lot of work to me.
Yeah, that does seem like a lot of work. So, I know you said that you work for these different promotions, and one's in West Virginia and Ohio. What areas in West Virginia do you travel, and Ohio?
So predominantly I'm in like Fairmont, Morgantown area, and then like close to Wheeling. And then the place that we go to in Ohio is in North Canton, or Northeast Ohio, but it's in Canton, Ohio. And then we've gone down. We've worked for Jeff Paul down at. We've been all the way down to Bluefield once. We've been to Beckley once. I think we've done a show over like Eastern Panhandle. That's such a long drive. I hate it.
I bet you get to meet some really interesting other wrestlers and people and stuff.
Yeah. I've gotten to meet some of my favorites, which is super cool. Like I had to work a couple shows with Warhorse, so I thought that was. He's such a good dude, such a nice guy. And I worked a show with him in Charleston for IWA East Coast, and then like maybe like a month later, I worked a show with him in Indiana, and he remembered me, so it's pretty cool.
That is cool. Yeah, that somebody remembers you when you haven't seen them for
right. Especially people like that, like
when they're wrestling different people all the time.
Right. And there's guys everywhere. Like the show that I worked in Indiana was nothing but guys that had been on like New Japan and like AEW. Like the main event of that show was Will Ospreay and Brian Cage.
Oh wow!
That was a pretty cool locker room to be in. But I was still super new, so I was like real nervous.
Hey, they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like you.
It took so long. It's taken me so long to learn that. Like, I'm just not one of those guys that'll be like, "Hey, man, can I get a picture with you?" Because I always feel like I'm just bothering whoever.
Somebody very wise told me, always get the picture.
Yes. It's something that I really need to work on. It is, because with all these wrestlers dying young, man, it puts a lot into perspective.
Yeah, it does. There was something I was going to say, and it just said, "See you later." Who is the most? I hate to say famous, but the most famous, the most well known that you've ever got to be in the ring with?
That I've ever got to be in the ring with. So the biggest name that I've gotten to wrestle so far is Beastman. I've actually wrestled Beastman a couple of times. Not a guy I was really a fan of in the beginning, but now he's like one of my best friends. He's a great dude. It was really funny. I always give him crap all the time because he was actually like probably my 10th match. It was the first match I ever did in front of a crowd for my home promotion. So I was supposed to work Johnny Blast, and he ended up like not showing up. And so then it's like, okay, well, you're working Beastman. And the first thing he walks up to me, like I walk up to him, I'm like, okay, so we're working together. And he's like, cool, what's your shine, kid? I'm not bumping. I'm like, all right, well, that's everything I have. Whatever you want me to, I guess. So and then I worked him again here a couple months ago at a bar show for his promotion, VCW. And him and I worked a match, and I was like, what's your shine, kid? I'm not bumping.
Well, what was that like? I mean, it had to be an honor.
It was really cool. He's a lot of fun to work with. He's very different to work with. And I like to work with bigger guys because I feel like it's more of a test for me. Like I can, these guys out here at 120, 200 pounds, I can just throw them around. Like it's fun, but it's more. I feel like it's more challenging to try to like work with somebody that's that's bigger than me or like close to the same size as me.
Yeah, I could see it being more of a challenge. Was he? I mean, you said he was fun to work with, but was it a challenge?
Oh yeah, absolutely. 'Cause, especially because being like the vet that he is, and he actually like the last time that we worked together, he was like, "Hey, put this match together. What do you want to do?"
Oh
And I
wow.
was like, "All right." So here's like he actually it was really cool just to like for him to like be cool with what I wanted to do.
Yeah, that says a lot about his character.
Right, because
About
I've
what
seen
he's
him work
like.
matches with like bigger names and like other guys, and it's just like he actually gave me the honor of like being the one to go over everything. It was really cool.
Yeah, he wanted to see what you were made of.
Right.
Give you a chance to work that creativity. That's really nice. I like that. Who's one person that you would want, in the independent circuit? One person
Oh,
that you haven't got to, but you're wanting to get a
we
chance to
keep
wrestle.
we keep getting so close, and it's so funny because we all work the same places at different times. But at some point, and I'm predicting it'll be in 2024, we're finally going to get to work a match with DD Trash.
Oh my gosh. We were, we were just talking about that because when I told Destiny that we had an interview with you, she was like, Dee Dee Trash? I said, no, Dee Dee Vice. That's so funny.
Like I've been on shows with Ron Mathis. Like he's a super cool dude, but
Aw.
that's just I feel like that's a team that we would mesh really well with. We could do some good stuff with. And like I said, we all work like the same areas, so it's really funny to like we'll like be on shows with them at different times.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Yeah, because I love watching them. They're
Oh,
just
they're so entertaining. They're so entertaining.
they are, and they're really talented too.
Yes.
So it's not like
Yes.
they're just putting on a comedy routine or something. They
Right.
know
And
what
I
they're
remember
doing.
watching those guys like buying tickets to watch those guys. So that's another reason I would like to work with them because it's really cool to be able to say that you worked with somebody that you've paid to see at one point.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. That's a really good choice of people. Really good choice. What about in the bigger circuit? Is there anybody you'd really want to wrestle then?
I don't know if I would consider them bigger because they've just kind of gotten to that point. But I would also I would love to work with the Outrunners. Like they just did Rise Wrestling here last weekend for their tag tournament, and I was like, man, like it's so cool to be like close enough to them, like that it could still possibly like if they don't get signed to AEW before long, it's still possible.
What would be your dream match? Somebody that is in WWE, AEW.
Um. Oh man. Probably, and I mean, rest in peace. Probably Bray Wyatt,
Mm.
because I anytime I go out and like I don't have a hat on or anything, people are like, "Hey man, like you look like Bray Wyatt." I'm like, that is great. I don't see it, but thank you.
I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, we love
That's
him.
another modern guy that I really enjoyed watching.
Yeah, he was very creative. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that I don't know about Destiny. I know Destiny was a huge, huge fan of his from day one.
Right.
But I always admired how he was himself.
Yes.
And he was so creative to come up with different ways to show himself. Just his
Such a
mind.
great,
Just
such a great mind for the business too. And I'm a huge fan of promo guys that are real good on the mic. Because that's one thing that me and my partner get a lot of praise for is like our promos because we don't follow the regular formula of a promo. Like we were told in the beginning that our promos were too serious. So then it was like, okay, perfect. We don't need to be serious anymore. So like our gimmick's kind of a party gimmick anyway, so it works out great. Like we've been able in the last year and a half to get an Applebee's over. Like still wait for them to get back to me about being a sponsor.
That would be awesome. You want to give us a promo?
Set me up for one. I'll see what I can do.
Here. C4 Energy.
We're cutting a promo on a C4. I'm a fan of C4. Man, on the spot. Okay. Give me a date. Give me an area. Set me up. Mad lib me.
Come on, Destiny, you do this. What? He said give him a date, give him an area, give him something to work with.
Give me a promotion. Give me a date.
WWE for the promotion.
Okay, she said WWE.
All right.
Speak up. Him, not me.
I'm trying. March of 2024.
All right, so we're doing WrestleMania. All right, I'm cutting a promo.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut an indie promo for a WrestleMania match against the C4. All right. So here we are, C4. It's the big moment. It's the big time. You and me, one-on-one, man-to-man, WrestleMania. When we get done and we get to the back, you can tell me how many lights you were able to count in 3 seconds.
Nice. Nice. You want to give one?
No.
Oh, come on. You have to. You have to. You got to be able to do it.
Come on, Destiny. I'm telling.
I have to do one tomorrow.
We'll do one now.
No.
See?
What if I set you up for one?
Come on, you got this.
No.
So you're working Willie Storm at PWL next Friday.
I'm not.
Come on.
I don't cut any. Like,
She
there's
said, I
nothing.
don't got it. There's nothing.
How long you been training?
About 2-3 months.
3 months.
Oh, 3 months, man. You're still just a baby. You're a fetus. You haven't even matured yet. Listen,
Yeah.
there are dudes that have been in this business for like 15, 20 years, still can't cut a promo.
Mm. Well, there's some people in WWE that can't cut a promo too.
Yes. Yeah.
Won't name any names, but speaking of promos, who is your favorite to watch on the mic?
Oh, definitely either Dusty or the Freebirds.
You're like, Freebirds, yes, forever.
Michael P.S. Hayes, Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair.
I love Ric Flair too. I mean,
Ric
I love
Flair's
Dusty.
the promo. You don't watch a Ric Flair promo to learn how to do promos. You're doing it all wrong.
I was like, he could take a Snickers bar and make you think that it was worth $5 million.
Yeah. Right.
Favorite manager?
So let's go. We'll do favorite manager and favorite valet. Probably, I'm definitely, because I'm a fan of the Midnight Express, I'm definitely a Jim Cornette guy. Like, as far as, like, in the style that I work, very old school. So, like, I like to listen to him talk and do promos and stuff, but at the same time, being a guy that wrestles now, I don't agree with, like, his views on things. It's like he wants everything in the world to evolve except for pro wrestling. Pro wrestling has to stay the same as it did in the 80s. It's like, I don't know, man. There's people out here doing stuff, making all kinds of money, doing just Ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
And then probably my favorite valet is either Luna Vachon or Miss Elizabeth.
My favorite valet is always Miss Elizabeth. I wanted to be her growing up. Like, I was like, I didn't know people could be that pretty. You know, just, like she was just perfect. My favorite manager. Unpopular opinion. One is for sure has always been Paul Heyman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just because no matter what he's doing, love him or hate him, he still gets you.
Yep.
Yeah.
He does his job, and he does his job very well.
And I was a fan of Jimmy Hart also.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
And who's yours?
Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman. What about ballet?
Miss Elizabeth.
Miss Elizabeth. And my favorite, I'm going to do a shout out for you, sir. My favorite independent manager is A. Dick Vickers. Love him. He's fantastic. Fantastic. What about your favorite independent manager?
My favorite.
Most entertaining.
I'll probably have to give a shout out to I don't know, probably Justin or Bake with the Unappreciated. Him and I have a lot of history. He gets on my freaking nerves, but I love him to death.
I think sometimes that's their goal.
Some of our best matches, like some of Saturday Night Special's best matches, have been with the Unappreciated. And for a dude that's never been like properly trained in the wrestling business, he knows a lot about the wrestling business. He never misses his spots when you call stuff with him, like on the outside. Like he's always there.
Wow. I don't think I've ever got to see him. You have to send me a link or something.
Yeah, because he's like I said, we've had a couple of matches with the Unappreciated that he's been there for. So I'll have to see if I can find some links for you.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Love it. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I threw my phone and it hit the weight bench. So I hope it's not busted. I'll check it later. Let's see. What is your favorite after match foods?
You gotta hit that 2 for $25 at Applebee's. Got it. If you are in the vicinity of an Applebee's after the venue, hit them up. Wonton tacos, Fiesta lime chicken. It's where it's at. Cheap, sugary, alcoholic beverages. Up.
Oh, I love their wonton tacos. I love them. What about you, Destiny? I guess Applebee's.
Yeah. See, she gets it.
Any upcoming events?
We are back at NeoPro next Saturday in Canton, Ohio. We have a no disqualification match against a team called Studio 86. They're from out of the Detroit area.
Oh wow!
So, but it's really cool because it was like it's like wrestling ourselves, like older versions of ourselves, guys that have been around longer. But like Saturday Night Special and Studio 86 are like, if you pick the same tag team on a video game twice. Like that's pretty much what it is. So it's like it's so easy to work.
So you're like fighting in a mirror.
Yeah, yeah. It's like fighting our dads.
So I'm gonna do a like a this or that of wrestling.
Okay.
Is that okay? Okay. Rhea Ripley or Liv Morgan?
Rhea Ripley.
Ric Flair, AJ Styles.
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair. AJ Styles, Finn Balor.
Ooh. Finn Balor.
Ricochet, Rey Mysterio.
Oh, man. Probably Ricochet.
Medusa, Scary Sherry.
Gary Sherry all day.
Scary Sherry. And Hulk Hogan or Austin Idol?
As a wrestling fan, I have to go with Hulk Hogan.
Okay. Do you have any?
No.
WWE or AEW?
AEW.
AEW. Why
Yeah,
AEW?
I tried so hard to watch WWE, and there are times that I'm able to. There are certain angles that I'm really into. I used to like watching NXT, but I feel like it's kind of gone downhill too. But the cool thing, I like AEW because like every once in a while I get to see one of my friends pop up. And like I don't know, I just like that's the guys that I've been watching lately. Like a huge Danhausen fan. I love like was the Butcher and the Blade. Andy Williams is one of my favorite people. Like he played in one of my favorite bands. Another guy I've been so close to meeting and haven't gotten a chance to.
Since you're a huge AEW fan, how do you feel about? I know this is a touchy subject for some people, but how do you feel about the whole CM Punk thing? Do you feel like he's going to come over to WWE, or do you think he's just done?
Knowing and seeing how he works, I would say he's probably like he likes to get people amped up just to let him down. So I honestly think he's probably just going to sit on the sidelines for a while longer. And then after people stop like somebody's coming back, ooh, it's going to be CM Punk. Once all of that stops, then he's going to pop up.
Sounds about right.
It does.
He's an old punk rock hipster. He doesn't want to do it while it's mainstream. He wants to wait until it's not cool anymore and then bring it back.
Yeah. That's one reason I love CM Punk. He's not like, I'm not doing this because you want me to. I'm going to do this when I want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to respect it. A lot of people don't like it, but like he does things on his terms.
I've always been a huge CM Punk fan.
I always enjoyed CM Punk. Him and watching like old matches of like him and Chris Hero, like coming up in like IWA Mid-South. Some of the best matches ever. Everything he's ever done at Ring of Honor is gold.
Yeah, I've always liked him, and I've always had a soft spot for him because
Right.
I've always felt like that he has been so not necessarily underrated, but the black sheep.
Right. Yeah.
You know, the way they treat him, you know,
Yeah.
management and everything. Because like the whole thing with him supposedly starting a fight and getting in
Right.
places, I'm like, well, what about the other ones that were involved at the same time? You know,
Right.
I just
Right.
unfair.
At the end of the day, CM Punk is going to go where the most money is, and I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. I don't. He should start his own promotion.
Hey, I'd hit him up for work.
Well, if you happen to be watching out there, Phil, we love you. So you said you told us upcoming. When you were talking about the promotion, no pro, is that what? No what?
Neo Pro.
Neo Pro. Okay, sorry. Does it have like like a set place that it takes place, or is it like different pop-up venues or?
Currently, they've been running. They're literally only like, I think maybe this is like 3 or 4 shows in for them as a company. So far, all of their venues have been at the Stark County Fairgrounds in Canton, Ohio. It's in like a field house. It's super cool. But then we're with them again in December, and they're in a bar in Salem, Ohio. I can't remember. It's like Rendezvous or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a new venue for them. So I think they're still getting established. They've done very well the last 3 or 4 shows that they've done. So
if you like rock music, correct? Or is it
yeah,
all?
I like a little bit of everything. I have a very weird like my Spotify playlist is all over the place.
Mine too. Mine too. My husband says that I give him musical whiplash all the time.
Oh yeah. My fiance tells me all the time that I have regular ADD and I have music ADD.
Me too. But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Never know what you're going to get. You just, I like it.
A little
something for every mood. Yeah.
Every personality gets a pet. Gets a pet
Exactly. Exactly. Is there anything else that you would like to tell everybody?
Just keep supporting like your local wrestling. Like I feel like wrestling's in a really good place right now, like across the board. Like there's wrestling everywhere. Any place you want to like, it's never far away. And if you would like to pursue being a professional wrestler, please get trained. Please get trained. Please do not lie about training. Please do not lie about who trained you. Like, do it the right way and it will pay off.
Yeah, you don't want to lie about it because it won't only get you hurt, it'll get somebody else hurt.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. Like I've been on a lot of shows with a lot of guys that I like didn't feel like deserved to be there. And it's like there's nothing you can do about it, but people are always going to want to fake it to make it, but you can tell it never pans out. Never pans out. Like I'll tell you, like I started training in 2019. I wrestled my first match in 2020. Like COVID was really cool because we were able to do we would do like Facebook Live every like week or every 2 weeks. So I was still able to wrestle consistently and get those reps in. And then I learned how to work a crowd because I wrestled probably my first 10 or 15 matches just for a camera and the boys. But like, just please, just get trained. Like I didn't actually get to start actively booking myself to get like to wrestle places until January of last year. And in that time, I've literally been everywhere from West Virginia to Connecticut, all the way down to like Tennessee, Michigan, Indiana. Like I've been lucky enough to go like all over the place. Like it's been worth it.
Are you currently taking bookings? If anybody wants to book you, how do they get hold of you?
Just if you see just hit me up on my Facebook. That's usually how I've been getting bookings. I know I see everybody post this like little like flyer gimmicks on their Facebook page. It's like open for bookings. Like, yeah, man, we all are. Like you have to reach out to people. Like we've probably the first, I want to say probably 6 months worth of bookings to a year, like all year last year, was places that like hit us up because of people that had watched us work before. The first place I ever actually sent like an email to get booked at was NeoPro.
Oh wow.
So it's we've been very fortunate to like have people want to book us, because a lot of guys struggle with that, and we were never taught like in training how to get booked.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were taught how to wrestle. Like the dude that trained us, RSW's always been good to us. Tim Cross has always been good to us. Shout out Tim Cross. But like we've been so lucky because of the people that we've met to be able to like go other places and just like have people be like, yeah, come in. It's been great. Like our trainer, like I said, that was where I was going with all that. I got sidetracked. ADD, world brain. So like our trainer kind of treated us like circus animals. Like, yeah, he trained us to be the best we could be. Trained us so that he could take us places in a carload and then take our money. So like RSW and Tim Cross have been great to Saturday Night Special, but like I won't mention like who trained me or who trained us, but like taught us how to be good in the ring. Didn't really teach us a whole lot about the business outside. So that's where Wilbur Whitlock, who's like he's a big deal, like a bigger name vet in Ohio, Uncle Wilbur. He's given us a lot of advice along the way. Beastman and VCW have given us tons of advice along the way. He was even like, hey, if you would like to tell people that I trained you, go for it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just had a lot of positive pushes along the way. Like, it's been great. We've been very lucky.
So, so it is just get on your Facebook, right?
Yes, absolutely. Just hit me up on Facebook.
Your message.
If you type in D-Vice, my Facebook will come up. I have a work page too, but I don't have the attention span for it. I can't do two things.
How about your merch? Same thing, or is it another?
If you go and type in Saturday Night Special on like TeePublic, our site will come up.
Okay.
We do have a pro wrestling tees store, but like pro wrestling tees is super expensive. It's dumb. You can go through TeePublic and you can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, tank tops, koozies. I have a coffee mug with Saturday Night Special on it.
Oh.
Super dope.
Oh, we might have to look for one of those because I'm a coffee drinker.
You can hit up Mindy. Shout out if she makes good quality stuff. Like I said, she's quick with it. She has her own site too. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I think it's Merch Girl Designs.
It is Merch Girl Designs.
Shout Mindy out to you.
Yes. Oh, we love Mindy. She's awesome.
Anything that we've got like on hand at shows, Mindy has made for us.
That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, promote the heck out of Mindy.
Yes.
You all, if you need merch made, get hold of Mindy. Merch Girl Designs. She's fantastic. Not only is she good at what she does, she's just a great person in general. Yeah.
Super good vibes.
Yes, for sure. Well, we hope you all. We were wanting to. She messaged me actually and told me you all were going to be, I think, in Beckley. One point.
It's not on the schedule now.
No, I mean it's been a minute.
Oh yeah. We were in Beckley probably 2 months ago.
Yeah, and we were wanting to try to get up there, but we just couldn't get there.
PWL's been killing it lately. They've been doing great. Like the last couple shows they've had have been solid houses. Any of the PWL flyers that you see also, your boys made. So I do that too. If anybody needs like wrestling posters put together, hit me up.
Nice. So you heard that too, guys. You need wrestling posters. DD Vice, he's right here. And I've seen some of those posters. Those are some good posters.
Jeff will hit me up like out of nowhere and be like, "Hey, I need this," and then I'll shoot it out to him usually within a day or two. He seemed to be pretty pleased so far, so he keeps coming back.
Well, if he keeps coming back, you're doing it right.
Right.
Doing it right. Well, keep us updated on where you're going to be and stuff, and we'll we'll share, we'll post.
Awesome.
Yeah, send us those links that you were talking about. We'll get those out there too. So try to help you guys. Thank you so much for coming on and talking to us.
It's been fun. Maybe we can do it with the both of us next time. Me and my partner.
That would be awesome. Yes.
That's always a fun time.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be great. But you heard it, guys. DD Vice, go see him, check him out. Order
support
some
your
merch.
local Applebee's.
Yes, you support the local Applebee's. Get him a sponsorship, guys. Come on. But yes, go check him out. Order some merch from him. Book him and his partner. And support Merch Girl Designs also. And this is Cindy and Destiny with Keep It Real Podcast here with DD Vice. Just saying always, keep it real. See you guys next time.